Welcome to How to Solve Your Rubik's Cube in 5 Steps. This is Lesson 1, Solving the Daisy and the White Cross. If you're looking to solve a Rubik's Cube, you've come to the right place. What I'm teaching here is a method that's found all over the internet, the beginner's method for people who are just starting to solve the cube. I'm sure that I'll put a different spin on it than some people, but I've taught my little sister how to do it, and so she's currently solving it at like a minute and 15 seconds, so she can solve the cube, and I'm sure that with this method you can too. However, before I get started, I'd like to talk a little bit about the values of the Rubik's Cube. The Rubik's Cube, if you're looking to learn how to solve it, is a great puzzle for fidgeting around with when you're bored, and it obviously makes you a little bit smarter because you have to, learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And if you're hyperactive, like I am, it's an amazing tool because you can just sit there for probably, I've never tested this, but hours on end, just spinning away at the cube and basically fiddling with your hands with it. Also, it's great for impressing your friends because they're amazed that anybody can solve a Rubik's Cube that fast. But anyway, so that's that. Also, if you're looking at this tutorial because you're interested in learning how to solve a Rubik's Cube, but you actually don't have a Rubik's Cube, I will put the link down in the description down below for purchasing this cube that I have here on Amazon. Turns really smoothly, as you can see. Doesn't give a lot of resistance like most Rubik's Cubes do. And also it is stickerless, as you can see. That way the stickers don't peel off or wear down or anything like that. So, that being said, let's get right into solving the cube. But before I actually start teaching you how to solve the cube, I want to show you what the different pieces of a cube are. The first of which parts is this. This is the center of the Rubik's Cube. And this is basically the Rubik's Cube taken apart and had all of the, take-apartable elements of it taken out. It is reduced to 6 rotatable pieces, all around a six branched core. So this is the 6 sides of a Rubik's Cube. So there are 6 pieces all around it. There's yellow, red, white, orange, green, and blue. And these 6 centerpieces, that's what they're called, centerpieces, comprise the structural foundation of the Rubik's Cube. And for each one of these centerpieces, there is a side. A yellow side, green side, white side, blue side, red side, and orange side. However, we're not going to call them sides. From now on, just erase that from your mind. There are no sides of the Rubik's Cube. There are faces of a Rubik's Cube. So, if you have the yellow side, that's the yellow face that I'll be talking about. If I say the if I say the blue face, then I'm talking about the side with the blue center in the middle. Now, you may say, in the middle, what do you mean by that? Well, this is what I mean by in the middle. So, you see how I put these little things in here? We'll talk about this just in a second. But see how in the center, and centerpiece, center of these 4 pieces is a centerpiece? Well, that's why they're called centerpieces, because they fall into the center, and no matter what you do, no matter how you turn the cube around, you cannot move the centerpieces from their positions. So, I'm going to talk about that a little more. Red is always opposite to orange, white is always opposite to yellow, and blue is always opposite to green. That's what I mean when I say you can't move it around. Obviously, you can turn the cube so that the centerpiece rotates, but you can't move it so that, say, for instance, yellow is opposite to orange and then red is opposite to white. It doesn't work like that. Yellow will always be opposite to white, green will always be opposite to blue, and red will always be opposite to orange. Or at least if you bought the cube that put in the description. Now, some cubes have a strange color scheme, but this is a fairly standard color scheme. So if yours has a different color scheme, where like yellow is opposite to blue or something weird like that, then okay, just memorize that and understand that yellow will always be opposite to blue, and you can't change that. Now, these things that I put in here, these things are called edge pieces. They fall between the centers of the cube. There are 12 edge pieces in total, and each one of these edge pieces has 2 colors on it. And those 2 colors are based off of the centerpieces. So, since this edge piece is located between the red and white centers, it's going to have red and white as its colors. And since this piece is found between the blue and orange centerpieces, it's going to have blue and orange as its colors. And every edge piece has 2 colors. None of them have 1 color, none of them have 3 colors, none of them have 5 colors. They only have 2 colors. So another thing is when I refer to an edge piece as a white edge piece, I mean an edge piece with white on it. I don't mean an edge piece that's completely white, because that's not possible. There's an edge piece with white and orange, white and green, white and red, and white and blue, but none that have white and white. It doesn't work like that. A white edge piece is any edge piece that has white on it. Same goes for any other color. If I were to say blue edge piece, I would mean any edge piece with blue on it, or red, green, yellow, you get the point. Now, the other kind of piece that is found in a Rubik's Cube is this. It is called a corner piece, and that is because it is found in the corner. So you see this sharp little thing on the corner? That is a corner piece. And the corner piece, similar to the edges, but not quite. The edges come between 2 center pieces, and thusly have 2 colors, while the corner pieces come between 3 center pieces. See, 1, 2, 3. So they have 3 colors. This centerpiece happens to fall between white, red, and green, and so its colors are white, red, and green. The same with all the other corner pieces. And what I just said about edge pieces, about the white edge pieces being any edge piece with white in it, the same applies to the corners as well. If I say green corner pieces, I mean any corner piece with green in it. If I say red corner piece, I mean any corner piece with red in it. So those are what we call cubies. And by cubies, we mean any part of the Rubik's Cube. So if I were to pull this edge piece out here, this is a cubie. If I pull out this corner piece, that's a cubie. And hopefully this has taught you a little bit more about the inner workings of a Rubik's Cube. Or at least that's what I hope. So, understand that one cubie can never come into the place of another cubie, either another type of cubie or another cubie itself. So if you were to put this white, blue, and red corner piece into the place of this yellow, green, and orange corner piece, you would have now messed up the cube. No matter how you twist around the cube, no matter how you try and solve it, you can't solve it now. It's messed up. No matter what you do, it will always resolve to these 2 pieces being switched. The same goes for edge pieces. You can't move an edge piece into another edge piece's place without messing it up. And another thing is that you can never move a type of piece into another type of piece's place. So you see this green center here? You can never twist the cube around in such a way that this centerpiece here moves into the place of, like, an edge piece. Like, this green would move over to here. No, it doesn't work like that. This green will always stay right here. And this green will always stay right here. No matter how you twist it, this red will always be attached to this green, and this green will always be attached to this red, no matter how you turn it. Same with these corner pieces. This green, yellow, and red piece, that means that this piece will always be green, yellow, and red. No matter how you twist it, no matter which way it's pointed, no matter where it is, this piece will always be green, yellow, and red. You can't ever get it to be something else. So, that is the fundamentals of the Rubik's Cube anatomy, if you will. So now, I'm going to actually teach you how to solve the Rubik's Cube. The first step is you want to get this in a Rubik's Cube. You want to get this thing right here. This is what's known as a daisy, and as you can see, it is clearly a daisy. A little yellow center here and 4 little white petals, if you will, coming out. And then from there, we want to move to having, instead of a daisy, a white cross, like this. And you can see easily here, this is also a white cross. And we don't just want any old white cross, we want a white cross with all of the white edge pieces. Remember what I told you, edge pieces which involve white. All the white edge pieces being where they need to be. So if the edge piece is white and red, it's between the white centerpiece and the red centerpiece. If it's white and blue, it's between the white centerpiece and the blue centerpiece. Same for the rest. We can't have it where you do have a white cross on the bottom here. See, it's a white cross. But these 2 match, but these 2 don't match. And unless you move the pieces back to where they were, green over here and orange over here, you can't get them to match. If you match up green, then all the rest are going to be messed up. If you match up orange, all the rest are going to be messed up. So we want to get the cube in a position where basically you have all the white edge pieces where they need to be. So I'm now going to teach you how to do that, starting with the daisy. Okay, now that we've scrambled up the cube, I'm going to show you how to get a daisy. You can get 5 different types of white edge pieces, and that's what we're working with here. We're working with the white edge pieces. The 4 white edge pieces that will first need to go into this daisy formation up here around the yellow center, and then ultimately into a white cross formation around this white center here. So there are 5 different types of cases that you can get while working with these white edges. The first case, which is easy, is it already being up here on the daisy layer or face. So this white is attached to the yellow center like we want it. The second case that you can get is this, where it's in the middle, in between yellow and white. Oh, by the way, always keep yellow on top when you're working with the Rubik's Cube. Don't start spinning around the cube. Always keep the yellow centerpiece on top. If you suddenly, during the solving process, find you have red on top, stop immediately and get the yellow back on top. So, that being said, back to teaching how to deal with the white edge pieces. So you take the white edge piece that is down here in the middle layer, and from that middle layer, you will bring it up into the yellow layer like that. So see what I did there? It's in the middle layer, and it can be either side. So if it's on the right, you do that, and if it's on the left, like this, then you just turn it up like this. And now, the other type of white edge piece place that you can get is the white edge being on the bottom, like this. See? It's down here in the white cross, where it should be eventually, but it shouldn't be there right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep our yellow on top, like we should. Notice that this white piece is here, and knowing that this white piece is here, we're going to turn the front twice, like this. And see? There it is. So let me do that again. So we see that it's on the white face here, so white on white, and then knowing that this white is here, we're going to turn the face with the white on it twice, like that. And there we have it. Now, the next kind of position that we can find ourselves in is a little bit tricky. This position right here. So you see how all of these that are already in the daisy formation like we want it, they're all up on the yellow layer? Well, so is this. See? The white edge piece and its opposite color are up on the top. But there's a problem. The white is not touching the yellow. We want the white to be touching the yellow. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, the badly placed one, and we're going to move it down into the middle like that. And now we have that case that we just dealt with a second ago. Remember how we would bring it from the middle up into the yellow layer like that? The same goes for if you find it down on the white layer like that, where the white is down on the bottom, but it's not touching the white. You can do the same thing. Just bring it up into the middle and twist it up. Okay, so now let's see. We have one more piece to put up into the daisy, and here it is. So let's put that in. And now we have one more up. Wait a second. We're just moving these two back and forth, aren't we? Yes, we are. And that's a problem. So now I'm going to show you the most perplexing part of the daisy to people. You have to actually turn the top layer in order to get all of the white pieces up into the daisy. Because, you see, it is easy to get pieces up into the daisy, but it's a little harder to get pieces up into the daisy and keep the ones that are already there in the daisy. So, as you see here, we have 3 in the daisy, and we have one here that can be easily put in by twisting it up like that. But this blue white edge piece is moving this red white edge piece out of the daisy. So what we can do is we can twist the top around until we can finally twist this blue white edge piece up without moving something. So can we do that? No, that moves this out. No, we can't do that either because that moves this out. And nope, we're back to where we were before. Oh, there we go. And now we have a daisy. So, just remember that a few different cases that you can get for the white edge piece positioning, and remember that you have to turn the top layer. When I try to teach people the Rubik's Cube, that's the biggest thing they struggle with, turning around the top layer to put the white edge pieces in where they need to be. So now we're on to the next step, which is the white cross. So now that we have a daisy like this, remember what I told you earlier, how the colors are always opposite each other? Well, yellow is always opposite to white. So if they're on opposite sides of each other, if we put the white edges from one side to another side, then it would make sense that it would be on the white. Since yellow is opposite to white, if we turn this so that it's on the opposite side, it will be with the white, where it needs to be. However, before that, remember what I said? We need to put all these white edge pieces in between their centers. We can't just put it on the white face like this, because yes, it is with white, but we also need this to be orange, okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to take this edge piece that isn't placed right and find the white. Okay, so it's white on the daisy. Then we're going to take the other color on the edge piece, which happens to be red for this piece, and make that come to its center. Remember the centers? The things in the center of any face of the Rubik's Cube? So we're going to find the red center. Okay, so let's see. Nope, that's not it. Oh, there we go. Now that we have that where it needs to go, we're going to turn this so that the white goes from yellow to white, which is on the other side, remember? So we turn this like this so that the white is pointing up, but then when we turn it, it will be pointing down, like this. And there we have it. We have the first piece of our white cross put in correctly. So now let's do the same for the rest of the pieces. Let's work with green here. Let's try to find green. No, that's not green. That's not green. Oh, there we have it. This white here and this green here. So now all we need to do is turn it so that the white goes onto the opposite side, which is white. And there we have it. White and green. So now let's do the same for blue over here. Blue. Here we go. So then we turn it over like that. And there we have it. And now we have only one piece left. And we have orange here, so we got to bring the orange to its center. There it is. Now we turn it so that it goes to the opposite side, which is white. And there you have it. You have completed your white cross. Now, let me tell you something. If you keep trying to go over this, but you keep messing up the daisy or the white cross or putting in one piece of the daisy when you take another out, don't get frustrated. Just keep practicing. If you keep messing it up, then that's okay. It's not a sin to fail at a Rubik's Cube. You can keep working on it. And if my teaching style doesn't really match you and I'm being confusing or something, go and look up daisy and white cross Rubik's Cube on Google. I guarantee you that there are going to be results for you, at least for the white cross. I don't know about the daisy, but if you search white cross Rubik's Cube tutorial, I guarantee you that there will be tons and tons of results for you to work with. Okay? So, I hope that this has been a helpful tutorial for you if you have been wanting to solve the Rubik's Cube. If you have any questions or requests for me to make another Rubik's Cube tutorial, just put it down in the comments down below. And if you want to see the next tutorial for solving the Rubik's Cube, I will have the link for that down in the description. So, thanks for watching this, and I hope it's been helpful. Happy cubing!